All right, let's tackle a question that's, well, it's on just about everyone's mind these days. Is my job safe from AI? We're going to dig into a really fascinating report from Microsoft and LinkedIn to get some real answers.
I mean, this is the big one, isn't it? You see tools like ChatGPT writing code, you see AI popping up literally everywhere, and it's natural to look at your own job and kind of wonder, what's next for me? And look, if you're feeling that way, you are definitely not alone. This feeling is everywhere right now. But the real story here is so much more interesting than just, the robots are coming for our jobs. So here's our game plan. We're going to start by looking at what really separates us from the machines. Then we'll get into the specifics. Which jobs are the most AI-proof and which ones are changing the fastest? And finally, we'll talk about a new way to think about AI as a teammate and how, believe it or not, this is a story we've seen before. Okay, let's dive in. Microsoft crunched the numbers, and what they found gives us a much clearer picture of what's actually happening out there in the real world with AI and jobs. So, to figure out which jobs are safe, you first have to understand the fundamental difference between what AI is good at and what it's, well, really not good at. Because AI is incredibly powerful, for sure, but it has some pretty clear limits. This right here, this is the whole ball game. On the left, you've got AI's sweet spot, repetitive stuff, summarizing data, drafting a basic email. But on the right, that's our territory. That's the human superpower. Creativity, genuine connection, emotional intelligence. AI just can't do that stuff. So knowing that, we can start to see a pattern. We can look at the jobs that really depend on those human superpowers. These are the roles that Microsoft calls AI resilient. And here they are. The report points to 5 key areas that are the most durable. We're talking skilled trades, healthcare, creatives, managers, and educators. So let's quickly break down why these fields are so resilient. First up, skilled trades. I mean, think about it. These jobs need you to be there, in person, solving messy, real-world problems that are never the same twice. It's all about adapting on the fly in a way that code just can't. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It's a great reality check. You can ask an AI to write a song about a leaky pipe, but you can't ask it to actually get its hands dirty and fix one. And that same exact logic applies to all those other resilient fields. Healthcare, management, teaching. What do they all have in common? They run on empathy, on human connection. You just can't automate a doctor's comforting words, a manager who really mentors you, or a teacher who genuinely inspires you. These are fundamentally human jobs. Okay, so we've seen the resilient jobs. Now, let's flip the coin and look at the roles that are changing the most rapidly, because understanding this is the key to getting ahead of the curve. So these are some of the jobs where AI can start taking over the heavy lifting. You know, that first draft, sifting through mountains of data, or writing some basic code. For a paralegal, AI can review thousands of documents in seconds. But notice the crucial word here is evolving. It doesn't mean these jobs are going away, but it does mean the day-to-day work is changing and AI is becoming a standard part of the toolkit. And that brings us to what might be the single most important mindset shift in this entire conversation. Instead of seeing AI as a threat, the report says we should start seeing it as a new kind of coworker. This right here, this is it. This is the biggest takeaway from the whole report. AI isn't here to take your job. It's here to take the most boring, repetitive, mind-numbing tasks off your plate. That frees you up to do the work that actually requires a human brain. And what's left over? Well, that's your superpower. It's your judgment, your ability to build relationships, your knack for telling a good story, or solving a really tricky problem. AI handles the grunt work, so you can focus on the stuff that really matters.
So what can you do right now? It's actually a pretty simple 3-step plan. First, just look at your job and pinpoint the routine, repetitive parts. Second, start learning the AI tools that can help with that stuff. And third, and this is the big one, double down on honing those uniquely human skills we just talked about. And finally, it really helps to put all of this into perspective. Because while this AI moment feels huge and brand new, the truth is this pattern of technology shaking things up is a really familiar story. Just think back to the 1990s when the internet showed up. People were panicking that it would destroy whole industries. And yeah, things definitely changed.
but it also created millions of new jobs and opportunities that nobody could have even imagined back then. AI is doing the exact same thing. It's a huge shift, but it's one that is opening up brand new doors. So let's just quickly recap the main points. The jobs that are the most secure are the ones that lean on human skills like creativity, leadership, and empathy. The jobs with lots of repetitive tasks aren't vanishing, they're just evolving. And the absolute smartest move you can make is to learn how to work with AI, not against it.
Because in the end, the future isn't about humans versus machines. It's about humans and machines working together. So the real question isn't about whether your job is safe. The question is, how are you going to use your powerful new teammate?